Hi, this is going to be a post-commentated run of the Elysium Mons map on survivor difficulty, which to my understanding is one of the hardest challenges that From Glory to Goo offers at this point in time. This is going to be my second clear of the map, which might not seem like a lot, but after I sort of developed the strategy for the first map, I was like, oh, okay, this is actually very manageable, where before then like I would get crushed on like the third or fourth wave like every time. By the way, this is also my first time ever doing like this sort of voiceover commentary. So I might have to pause a lot on the video, just trying it out. Hopefully it doesn't feel too weird. But yeah, so I pick the robots because they are the faction that I am most familiar with. At this point, I really haven't touched humans for a while. So I pick robots. I pick the automaton captain because that is. I just have not tried the other captain, whatever it's called. Literally, have not tried the other robot. I cannot tell you whether or not you'll fare better using that captain on this map. The ship I pick, this is pretty particular. The SCF Falcon. It's just one of my favorite ships in general, but it's like perfect for this map. First of all, like the extra thrusters is, I mean, it's like any bonus to like the ships, like resources, are all pretty much the same. Like they all cost the same to develop, and then like you need to balance them all anyway. So it's just nice to have. It just means you need to build fewer thrusters, which just it translates to more ore, more crystals in your bank. But the real benefit is the laser cannon reload rate. This strategy is very reliant on the laser cannons, and I guess I'll explain how the strategy works right now. So basically, Elysium Mons is the only map in the current version of the game where you need to regularly like leave your base to attack the goo buildings or structures, I think they're called. And the mission description doesn't actually state this anywhere, and maybe it's obvious to some players, but it certainly wasn't to me. The goo structures are what spawn the goo during the horde waves. And this is important because it means that destroying goo structures makes horde waves easier. Once I figured that out, I was like, the map was like, honestly kind of a breeze. I forget which. I always use requisition just for the starting resources because that just always seems like a great, sort of universal stratagem. But as you can see, I just don't really have that many stratagems unlocked anyway. So I like the projectile evasion chance. I think I use that. It's just I usually find that the ranged goo tend to be very annoying and threatening. Like a lot of, if I'm not microing, like it's usually the mutated troopers and the lobbers that get my guys killed. So I'm pretty sure I equipped that in a bit. And then improved alloys, I think I decided to throw that on, but in the fourth slot, but I don't think it really made a difference. Oh, well drilled. Well drilled is the one research that actually matters, or stratagem. Like I said, I picked the SCF Falcon because it reloads your laser cannons faster. I want more of that, so I picked well drilled, which increases the reload rate even further. But besides that, I don't think anything. Oh, I also use booby traps. I'm actually pretty certain that it doesn't work for the robots. This is my first time using it, and I didn't notice any damage getting reflected by the robots' modular walls. So, yeah, there's that to watch out for. Don't use booby traps as robots. And then, yeah, I think the last one I replaced Stormlight Goo. I've never used Stormlight Goo, and I have no idea what corruption is, and I didn't feel like finding out in a video that I was planning on finding commentary for after the fact, so I didn't want to change things up too much, make things too interesting for me, because again, this is my first time doing something like this. And again, also only my second time ever really trying this strategy out. But yeah, eventually your goal is going to be to snipe goo nests with using a combination of the relay on your ship, which just reveals a circle of vision, and then just shoot whatever you see with the laser cannons. And then, yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, so as always, first thing I do is pause the game, figure out where I'm putting my industry modules. I place them in this cross formation. I don't know if that's optimal, but the way it works is industry modules each produce 6 effort periodically, and then if they are adjacent to a storage tile, they get a 50% boost and produce 9 effort periodically. Like probably the same if you put a storage tile between the 4 industry modules. Yep, there we go. Oh, just kidding. I decided to build a drill mine first. Yeah, the last few times I've played this map, I feel like I've gotten my drill mines a little too late. And unlike humans, they don't need to be connected, so it's just like very cheap to do so. You don't really need to spend that much effort to get it going. I built 2 drill mines, so I was like hungry for crystal, I guess. I don't normally do that. In fact, I think that was my first time ever building 2 drill mines with the starting effort. Yeah, so now I just start microing my starting team, get some XP for the captain, clear out some goo. This let me pause a lot. I don't know if other people play like this, but before From Glory to Goo, the only RTS I've really played was StarCraft and StarCraft 2. So being able to pause is like a total game changer. Yeah, so I'm just A move or attack move my guys into the goo. I grabbed the shotgun turret for 2 reasons. First of all, it's just an extra body early on, but it actually provides a lot of vision, which is really useful early on, which I'll get into a little more later. But yeah, it's just see me pausing. Just whenever I'm building stuff, I pause. And I'll pause when I'm microing units too sometimes. So you can see that the structures are marked with like that yellow tag, like that goo net. Well, it's dead now, but it's helpful later on when you're scanning. So like there's like 500 goo, you gotta figure out which ones are the buildings. So you see another one in the, yep, there we go, just creeping in the fog of war. So right here I'm trying to figure out where to put my compact reactors. So the same way your industry modules get boosted when they're built next to a storage tile, they also get boosted when they are like under a compact reactor link. It's another like 50% boost, so they go from 6 to 9 to 12. Just be careful. Industry modules boosted this way do actually start producing heat. But it's usually not too hard to handle. Yeah, just more micro. Just throw some scrap into my grenade android. It increases, I believe, their range and armor, which is really nice. I guess the armor isn't really that helpful. And what am I thinking now? I want to build something. It looks like more industry modules. I need more flops. It's 3 flops per industry module. I think I want to build a spreader to put a data center on that guys. I guess I do build the industry module. I do have 4, so 3 will fit into that. I got a level up. I picked the rocket launcher or the rocket armature just for some ranged damage. It honestly doesn't. I honestly don't think it was that useful, but it was just something to spend energy on. Oh yeah. I body blocked my own android by accident with my captain, and I got killed, which was a little unfortunate. Not the end of the world, but it actually costs me 2 industry modules later, because I normally at this point would split off my armies, because like if you send your army off like this, like your base is completely undefended, so I would normally just send the android back to cover some of my industry modules. It's not the end of the world if, well, I guess I'll explain this later. But yeah, so now I'm trying to figure out where to put this spreader. Spreaders are the robot's thumpers. They're just so much more flexible. Again, you don't need to connect them, and they're also cheaper. They don't cost any crystal. Yeah, just that's how all my early games look. I'm gonna guess it's the same for everyone else too. Maybe I should watch other people play From Glory to Goo, see how they play. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, and I'm just giving you guys bad advice. Sure hope not. Yeah, so I think at this point is when I place the data center. Oh, well, I guess I need to wait for the spreader to finish, but I'm counting my flops, I think. Just one long pause. Yeah, so I'm up against the Biter. The Biter is the alien commander. It makes the goo do more damage, which is a little scary. That's how my android got eaten in like 2 seconds when I wasn't looking. And my captain has like half his health. I decided to build more data centers for some reason. Or more industry modules for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking there. Because I need to build a data center first. And then I sell my old gun just for 100 effort. Realistically, you should only sell it when you need the effort, but I'm going to need the 100 effort. It's early game. You're spending all your effort. Or you should be. Like, you never want to go above, like, 250. Like, you always want your effort making more effort for you. So another thing about this map is that the goo buildings placements are fixed. The map itself is, like, almost always identical. I think the only thing that changes on the map are the geyser placements. But, like, the crystal patches, the ore patches, the map layout, the goo buildings are all always in the exact same place. So the reason I go this way is because there are only 2 goo buildings in this direction. I remember earlier how I said that the goo buildings are what spawn goo hordes. So if you kill the 2 goo buildings on that, it's a peninsula. You are not going to get to see that until the very end of this playthrough, unfortunately, because I actually didn't bother exploring because I already know what I'm going to find. But it's a peninsula, so if you kill the 2 goo buildings on that peninsula, you'll never have to worry about goo coming from that direction during a horde for the rest of the map. So I'm just going in that direction and getting some clear. Unfortunately, losing that android, actually, so the android being lost means I'm getting attacked by this goo hopper. It's gonna kill, I think, 1 module in the storage tile, which is at the end. As humans, that would be like game ending, because when your habs explode, they also produce mutants, which will snowball the goo hopper into you losing all your habs. Robots don't have to deal with that. They just lose the building, which obviously isn't ideal, but at least I didn't lose the game. The other reason, but I also would have liked to have the android for extra firepower, because you can see I'm going to try to take this gunk pod out with my captain. It doesn't work at all. I just don't have the firepower for it. And a level 3 android also probably wouldn't have made a difference, honestly. But I decide to just turn back from that peninsula. I decide there's only 2 buildings there. It's not going to spawn that much goo for the first horde. I can try to take care of it at some other time. So you can see the compact reactor. The compact reactors are the robot solar panels, but they're better because they're cheaper and produce more energy. And you could see me trying to place the compact reactors to try to maximize how many habs were covered by the reactor link. I guess I shoot the gunk pod with the rocket armament, but it's not enough. I can't take it out with just my captain. If you get the orbiter will actually be able to solo the gunk pod. If you position yourself correctly, but I don't bother with that. It actually might. The gunk pod might actually outrange it. I know there's one goo building that the orbiter can shoot without your captain being in range, but oh, I guess I do decide to kill the gunk pod. Because I bring the grenadier back. Yeah, the grenadier and the captain should be enough. Because I placed. So this is one of the reasons I pick the shotgun turret. It's just a body to tank, literally. Yeah, and I get so that's half of the goo horde from that direction dealt with for the rest of the game, which is really important. So for my captain's first trade, I normally pick the unit transformation cost discount because it just leads to cheaper units in the long run. But I get attacked by another goo hopper. I spilled it. Android. Yeah, so I normally pick the cheaper units or transformation, which is effectively cheaper units, but I don't usually build that many units on this map. And the free turrets means it's just free effort, free crystals, and I don't need to waste effort researching the turret because robots need to research their starting turret, unfortunately, and it's like barely better than the laser tower. Like it is better, but it's not that much. It's like I don't really like it. I'll only really build it when I have to. Yeah, so it's just more industry modules. Yeah, so I decided to go southeast with my army, quote unquote army. It's just two guys, but yeah, the goal is the same. Just clear out goo, get XP for my captain, and kill some of these goo buildings. I actually don't know for sure if it's just the goo nests that spawn goo during the hordes, but you're gonna have to destroy them all anyway for the map objective, so if you are struggling with the map, it might be a good idea to figure out where the goo nests are, if the goo nests are the spawners. I know for a fact the goo nests do spawn goo. I just don't know if anything else does. Like the gunk pods might not. The watchers might not. But yeah, there's two goo nests here. It looks like there's three goo nests. Oh yeah, I guess it was three goo nests. Yeah, they're just like right next to your base, so you should always clear it out before for the first horde. But they're so close, I can't imagine anyone not doing it, even by accident. And it's not like they're protected. Yeah, so this direction has an ore mine, so I usually try to expand in this direction first. There's also a crystal mine in the south, so it's just. There are also two geysers. There's usually only one geyser, but again, geysers are great. It's an easy way to get flops. So earlier I said the robots have two advantages on this map over humans. One of them is that like you don't have a lot of room to build on this map compared to traditional maps, which means it's hard to get effort. Like you can't just like build your buildings kind of willy-nilly, your heads, and you can't build your industry modules like all over the place. I think I'm on like these 4 blocks of industry modules for like half the game. But one thing that the robots have going for them is that their army units don't consume effort. Like you don't need to spend workers to produce your army units. Like they do cost effort, but like I don't know if this is like common knowledge. When you make a human unit, it permanently consumes some of your effort production. So that's one nice thing that another nice thing the robots have going for them. The last actual advantage that the robots have on this map is that they don't use solar panels, so when a dust storm rolls around, their energy production is completely unaffected, which is huge. Like you literally don't need to worry about dust storms. Like you don't need to worry about batteries. You don't need to worry about turning off your production so your turrets can keep shooting. It's great. Yeah. So we're yeah. This is just about how my my runs normally look. I am definitely going after these nests a little more aggressively than I did before I figured the map out. But even before then, this is generally like how I did things. I think I sniped 2 more goo buildings on this side of the map before the horde comes, and I think even if you don't destroy those goo nests, the horde isn't too spooky. So I always put the wall there because I never expand in that direction in this map unless it's like a super late game. So I just put the wall there. And goo are stupid, so they're not going to go around a wall, because they consider the wall like an equally valid target as like a squishy unit or a turret. So if they see a wall and there's like nothing in the way of the wall, they're just going to run up to the wall and attack it. So you don't need a full wall off early on because the goo are just going to crash into the wall, and then. I mean, you see me wall off this choke point, but the choke point is tiny, so there's no reason not to. But yeah, like that wall I put in the southwest might look small, but it's gonna hold off the goo just fine. You see me sell a weapon for more effort. I'm not a huge fan of the flamethrower on the captain. I don't know if that's a common sentiment. I think the SMG is... Maybe it's just because the SMG is louder and it sounds more satisfying. So I'm floating like 400 effort. I should probably... Yeah, so I just put a wall up over here. This is usually the furthest that I expand in this direction. Yeah, so I know there's a nest here, so I focus. I send my army here to snipe it. Oh, data center on the geyser. Yep. Yeah, I don't actually know what the red building is called, but it's not actually a building you need to kill, I don't think. No, you do need to kill it. Because it's gonna go down to 52, yeah. The destroy builders went from 53 to 52. Just taking in the lay of the land, trying to figure out if I need to reinforce that wall. That side of the map does generally get hit the hardest in terms of the goo horde, just because of the way the map is shaped. So I normally put like more turrets, more units there than any other part of the map. I actually think I over defend the southwest, but it doesn't really wind up mattering. So I have almost capped on effort. I'm reading the drone bunker description first time. I didn't even know that thing existed. I should try making one and see what it actually does. So I'm building my first cannon. Oh, I'm checking the cost. I don't know why I checked the cost. I know what it costs. It's 20 and 5. What did I spend my... Oh, I spent the ore on the AI drone, which improves your group's attack speed. Yeah, you can see that weird yellow aura. That's the AI drone attack speed buff. It's so good. The regular Tactidroid only gives you like healing, like small damage buff to the target. It's nice to have, but just the your DPS and gain you gain from AI drone is like irreplaceable. So you can see me building my first smelter, the ore smelter. The robots have to research that, so it's why I didn't build it earlier. I think that's probably like the biggest flaw that robots have that humans don't, because humans can just like start their ore mining like right out of the gate if they wanted to. But it's fine. You don't really need ore early on anyway. One thing you need to be careful about the flak cannons is that they have so much range that they might aggro goo that you don't want to be aggroed. Hoppers are fine, but like thrashers, like I don't think a flak cannon can kill a thrasher before the thrasher gets on top of the flak cannon. The DPS is just so low. And yeah, here's the first horde. So if you look at the mini-map, I probably called this out earlier. But if you look at the mini-map, you can see like the hordes literally coming from the goo buildings. Or at least most of the goo buildings. Yeah, this is the defense. It'll go pretty smoothly if I recall. Androids have sort of short range, so I'm just kind of microing them. But I don't think any side gets breached. I'm capped on crystals. Hopefully I do something about that soon, but I always get distracted during hordes. So the micro cannon barrage is great. It's basically like the armament, the micro rocket armature, which is the active ability I picked earlier, but like you shoot four of them. So the area of effect is so much better. So you can see me pausing. That's just me trying to figure out where I need to send my units, but it honestly wasn't necessary. Like this one's basically done already. Again, the first order on this map is always tiny. It's been so long since I played a different map that I don't know if that's true on other maps. I'm pretty sure it is. Like, you never really need to worry about the first horde. And it's true of Elysium Mons too. Like, I'm pretty sure if you... Like, maybe if you didn't snipe those 3 nests on the southwest where my data centers are now, you might struggle, but... Like, again, they're so close by and so undefended, I can't imagine that you're not going to struggle to get rid of them. But if you don't, maybe they will kill you. So you can see me just placing walls near my data centers just for heat management. Walls reduce heat. You'll see me do that a lot throughout this run. I just had to destroy those walls because it turns out they weren't necessary. And if you could do the smelter, I don't know if this is I don't remember if this is actually stated or not in the smelter description, but you do want your smelters to be overheated. They produce more ore while overheated. It does say that. You can see that on that tooltip right there. So that right there was when I was like, oh, I shouldn't have put my my industry modules up there, my effort production, because the smelters do produce heat, and it's going to overheat some of those modules, unfortunately. Not the end of the world, but I guess it's another thing that the robots have to deal with. Their smelters, their ore production produces heat, so you need to be more mindful about your SimCity. Yeah, so again, I mentioned earlier the shotgun turret. This is just the turrets in general. They all provide a lot of vision, so it's really useful for like sniping enemies with your captain's abilities. And later on, it's useful for sniping goo buildings before you get the relay. I think you'll see some of that not too long from now. But yeah, I just send my guys up here. I think I get a couple, like 2-3 buildings. I'm floating so much flop right now, so I'm placing some more effort modules. I'm also floating a lot of scrap, but like I said, I usually don't build that many army units anyway to begin with. Like you can see, like this army is this is like what, 5 units, and they're like tearing through the goo. Like you don't really need that many units to be honest when you're attacking. And if you build too many units, like bring too many units when you're attacking, you're just gonna be swarmed by goo if you're in an unsuppressed zone. Fun fact, the lava tiles don't produce heat. Probably a balance thing, but it's super weird. They do have the worst heat dissipation, but it's still weird that they don't actually produce heat themselves. You can see, I think at this point I'm trying to figure out if there was a better place to put my smelter, and I think I decided that I decided to put my smelter over here. It's because I wanted to overheat my smelter without overheating my effort production. And it's easier to do that with the smelter on the other side. Yeah, you can see me shoot those micro missile barrage at that watcher, and it chunked it almost. It's a 2-shot, and I don't need to shoot it again because it's so softened up. I can just drop the shotgun turret and walk right up to it, just like that. And you can see, like, the turret, like, showed me 4 other buildings. Like, that vision is no joke. And it's at this point I'm like, okay, I should probably get a cannon up soon. Unfortunately, I'm a bit shy on resources, but Also reminds me to build some more drill mines, I guess. It's kind of funny. Yeah, that's a lot of buildings over there. Hopefully I get, like, when I saw that, I was like, okay, I probably want to get rid of all these before the next horde. Because again, it like completely like, neuters the goo horde from this direction during the next dust storm. So you can see I turn off my turrets when they're not being used. It just gives you more flops, and also saves energy for both factions. I do it on humans too. Sometimes it does bite you, like you forget to turn it back on, and then like goo like right on the top of your buildings when you're like, oh wait, let's turn on the turret. So it's you do need to be careful about that. But you can be less careful about it as robots, because again, your destroyed buildings don't produce more goo. And it's also more important to turn it off as robots, because your turrets also consume flops. It'd be like if your turrets consumed water as humans. Yeah, that's one turret or one goo building down, destroyed down there. Cannon just finished building, so I'm like, oh, let's build a laser cannon. But I am 8 crystal short of that. Also, apparently I'm Captain Flops. Oh yeah, I think I decided to just put a data center up there. Like I said earlier, like you don't have a lot of space to build, especially early on this map. So like you just like, I also know that the goo horde from that direction is going to be pretty minimal. From the northwest, the northeast you do get hit a lot, but like there's a choke point right over there, so it's pretty easy to hold.
We're under attack.
And yeah, looks like I deal with all 4 of those goo buildings like without really any issue. You gotta be careful about your androids and AI drones. I mean, I guess androids are cheap, you don't really care about them, but the AI drone is pretty important. And they tend to like walk up to your enemies, the goo, when you're not macroing them. I think I lose a couple that way during this run. Like they're not that expensive to replace, but I only send 1 AI drone with my squads, so it actually kind of results in yeah, like maybe I should just send more AI drones with them, even though it costs more.
Listening. Hello.
But losing your only AI drone is a huge DPS loss.
Hello, friend. Yeah. Okay, listening. Okay.
I'm just clearing out that side before I hit the gunk pod, because I don't want that watcher to murder me while I'm focused on the... Like if that watcher or stinger aggro's while I'm trying to deal with that gunk pod, I'll probably lose 1 or 2 units.
Okay.
And there's my first laser cannon being constructed. Perfect. And once you have the laser cannon, it's like a total game changer. So yeah, just drop the shotgun turret to tank, and then yeah, just kill the gunk pod without any real issue.
We're under attack.
Well, that's 4 buildings down from that direction. That's going to be like
Friend.
not a lot of goo coming from that direction from the next horde, or from the rest of the hordes for this run. I just sent one of my weakened androids back to deal with that goo that's attacking my walls. That was when I noticed that the walls don't reflect damage. I was like, shouldn't that goo be dead by now? I think it was like full health when I get there. So yeah, the reflecting walls, booby trapped walls, not useful on robot. Just putting some walls there to protect that spreader. It was unnecessary, but like I said, the turrets are turned off, so like when I get the attack warning, like your buildings are under attack warning, I want them to be attacking the wall, and not the spreader. That was the logic behind the decision, but again, it was not necessary.
Okay. Ready. Hello. Defending.
We're under attack.
Get some research completed. I don't even remember what I was researching. So my laser cannon is finished. Yeah, like that goo is not taking damage from the wall. Yeah, I'm clicking on the wall. It's like, what's going on here?
Human. On. Listening.
We're under
I
attack.
placed a turret because I was trying to get vision of that goo building in the near my squad, but it didn't provide quite enough vision, unfortunately. I will say, like, the positions of the goo buildings on the minimap feels kind of inaccurate. Yeah, I just destroyed those two walls that I built like 30 seconds ago. Yeah, because I just sent some androids there to cover it. No big deal. I'm floating so many resources now. Oh, there's the goo nest. It's a water. So shoot it. It dies.
I am.
And that's the strategy. Or I guess the first stage of the laser cannon strategy. The other nice thing about the laser cannon is that like it is good at defending your buildings if you're caught out without anything to protect them. Because again, high damage and like basically no delay. Especially important when the alien commander is the masher, because those goo will destroy your buildings in a heartbeat. Yeah, at this point I have like a lot of effort so I get the upgrade facility, but it doesn't really wind up being that useful. The only real thing I get out of it is the heavy support androids, which get railguns. And the only reason I upgrade my heavy androids to support heavy androids is because grenade heavy androids can't shoot the flyers.
We're under attack.
Yeah, I leave that wall unmanned for way too long in this run. Looking back, like that wall got attacked so many times. I should have just left like a grenade android there. Maybe even put a turret there. Or a tower.
Under attack.
I put that shotgun turret pretty far forward. It's just for the vision. Like my army is big enough that I don't really need to worry about DPS. I mean, sometimes I put the shotgun turret too forward and it gets destroyed. I'm like, whoops, but in that instance, I just wanted the vision. So Goo Nest, or another Watcher, it's gonna get sniped, and yeah, there we go.
Listen. I am a robot. I am a robot.
That's my favorite voice line in any RTS. I am a robot. Just putting up some more walls to soak heat, maybe cool down my industry modules. Yeah, I think here I was like, I'm gonna try to get those two nests, but I decided not to do that with that army. I was like, I need more.
Ready. Okay, defend.
I always forget that captains have that active ability. I just hovered over it. I don't think I used it a single time during this
We're
run.
under attack.
I guess I just don't really build that many units, so it was fine, but I definitely should try to remember them more. Yeah, like I'm always complaining about the ranged queue, like the stingers, the mutated troopers, so when I'm not using the laser cannons to snipe goo nests, I just use them to snipe ranged units, especially, like, particularly lobbers and stingers, because they do a lot of damage.
We're under attack.
Response. Human. Listening. Listening. Friend.
Yeah, so I hold my position my army there because I don't want to keep spawning unburrowing goo. I'm just waiting for the shotgun turret to come off cooldown so I can get vision of that goo nest right over there. Yep, there you can see me using my laser cannon to snipe the lobber that was out of range of my androids behind the wall. Yeah, I built this upgrade facility because I was floating so many resources, but I don't think I used it for like
Yes.
another 30 minutes.
I am a robot.
So I place a shotgun turret, try to get vision of the nest. It somehow isn't in vision.
We're under attack.
Also, it looks like I lost my android.
Okay. Listening.
And yeah, there's another horde or dust storm coming soon, so horde in 6 cycles. So I'm trying now. I'm like, I gotta start putting some turrets up, get some more army units.
Listening. Yes. I am a robot. I am a robot.
There's the gooness. It's a gunk pod. It almost destroys my AI droid. But the laser cannon will one-shot it.
Ready. Listening.
The only thing the laser cannons don't one-shot are the large nests. It takes 2 shots,
Hello.
which will be important later. When the ship relay comes online. Yeah, here, I'm just taking stock of my defenses, trying to figure out what I need to reinforce before the dust storm gets here.
Okay. Human. Listening.
So I don't really like building flat cannons. I think I said that earlier. And the reason I picked the booby-trapped walls was like, maybe I won't have to build flat cannons, and the walls will take care of the enemies for me. But
Engage.
that clearly was not the case.
Engage.
Just microing the walls to get my android back in. Didn't even have to because they can walk through the building preview. I was just shooting the laser cannon there just to aggro some of them too, so I don't have to kill them later.
Commence.
Just there just wasn't anything else going on.
Engage.
What I should have done is actually take that army up to the northwest to snipe that last goo building in the peninsula.
Yes.
I think the thought occurred to me like multiple times before this horde arrived, and I just never acted on it. I don't know why. I guess it's fine. Like 1 nest's worth of goo is like that army is going to be like more than enough. I double wall here because I think I mentioned this earlier, but that side of that choke point gets hammered a decent amount during the dust storms. I think I reinforced this wall too because this is like I don't expand in this direction, which means I also don't really attack the goo nests in that direction for a pretty long time. So this place gets swamped during the horde phases, during the dust storms. But yeah, I don't think I had any issues during this horde either. Honestly, like spoiler alert, I didn't really have any issues on this map at all. Because just like killing goo nests is like, once you figure out you need to kill goo nests to soften the hordes, it's just like
As you wish. As you
the map becomes kind of like a cakewalk. It's still fun. It's just very useful knowledge to have. Captain effort. I think I started researching the turbo module research here. I remember that's why I was waiting for 500 effort. Okay, I'm capping on the effort resource now. Okay, the other nice thing about the rocket swarm is that it has crazy range. You can see me shooting it like halfway across the map there. Yeah, so I realized that there's no more goo coming from those nests. I think maybe they're more active later on. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that side just isn't that active at all. No, it's just like over-prepared for it. Oh, you know what? I remember why I thought that. I'll explain it later when it happens. Let's just say I misled myself into believing that more goo came from that direction during hordes, but I don't think that's actually the case. Hey, level up. Another micro rocket cannon. Oh, it's different rocket orbiter. Yeah, my cabin doesn't have the energy to support double micro rocket cannons. I think he has energy issues with his current build. I don't think he can do the turret and both rockets at once. I should have taken off the single rocket. It was just a waste of energy, honestly, whenever I shot it. You can see me deciding to trying to figure out what to spend my resources on and just get more grenade androids. But I also want to like deal with this heat because it is overheating two of my industry modules. At this point, I realized that the horde's over, so I start pushing out with my main force and add 5 more units to it to get those last 2 goo buildings in the northeast. Because once those are gone, that's no more goo from that direction during dust storms. Like, I basically never have to defend from that direction for the rest of the run.
In progress. I am. Friend. Human. Friend. Yes. Friend.
I think it was at this point when I decided I should probably start thinking about building a relay. Because like once you clear like this part of the map, most of the goo nests are like far away.
We're under attack.
Yeah. So it's kind of becomes impractical to send your army out to get rid of the goo nests, which is where the strategy is the real strategy comes into play. Like everything before that was totally doable without the laser cannon relay. And technically, like you could still probably do the rest of this map. Like if someone gave me this save file at this point, like you could probably do it without the relay and laser cannon. It would just take longer. But hey, I'm proud of my sub 100 cycle finishes. And it is easier. I think you basically just point and click. You'll see just how easy it is once the relay is up and running. For now, I'm stuck in this micro hell. It's not that bad, but it's not even not that bad because they're robots. They don't have feelings. They watched their android partner die like 3 seconds ago, and it's like, yeah, whatever.
Alone. I am a robot. Yes.
You can see just how fast Captain cheats with the AI drone attack speed buff. Like that HMG is like
I am a robot.
We're under attack.
busted.
Listen. Listen.
Floating a lot of resources again. Oh yeah, I think at this point I'm like, once I realized like that part of the map was like basically completely cleansed, I decided to expand in that direction, which is not something I normally do, but it definitely worked out.
Defense.
I placed the turret there for vision. I don't see anything because I realized that I put it in the wrong place. The goo buildings are in the southwest, not the northeast. Yeah, I felt kind of dumb after that. I was like, wait a second.
Affirmative.
I wonder. Like I'm recording this like right after I beat this run, so like I do remember a lot of the details just because it's all so fresh in my mind, and I wonder how much time would have had to pass for me to do this recording, and then for me to forget the shame I felt when I was like, I'm gonna put a turret here and shoot 2 laser cannons and get 2 kills, and instead I put the turret there, and I'm like, wait a second. There's nothing here. It's okay. Like honestly, even at this point in the run, I'm like, okay, like this, like I beat the map.
We're under
I
attack.
can't lose from here. And that was true. I don't think any of the hordes were scary because I had cleared out so many of the nests already.
Defense. Defend.
We're under
Yeah, so again, you can identify the goo buildings by that yellow tag above their name. Right now it's covered by the health bar, but when the relay comes up, you'll see just how useful that information is. And hey, I'm like, hey, let's build a relay right now. It's like I'm inside my own head. That one hopper blocking that geyser. Luckily, the flat cannon can take over it, so I can put a data center there. Oh yeah, I lost my AI John there. So we need to build another because I don't think I have another in that army. That's like a pretty sizable boost in DPS, so it's important to have. Yeah, I think here is where my production really exploded. Metaphorically, not my production stocks went up. It didn't get blown up by the goo, which is definitely one way you could have interpreted that last statement. That has certainly happened to me on previous playthroughs of this map. Like, yeah, I think this upcoming horde is usually around the time I lose, or I would have lost before I realized that you need to be pretty aggressive at sniping these nests. Yeah, another thing that's different about the robots is that they start with a pretty small bank. But they can increase it much earlier than the humans can with these storage tiles. So I'm literally just placing these storage tiles so I can hit 30 crystals so I can build a relay. Because right now my cap is 28, and you need 30 for a relay.
Yeah. Hello.
In practice, I don't think it really changes
We're
much,
under
but
attack.
it's something to keep in mind. Although again, like you should be building these tiles anyway, because you use them to boost your production, your effort production. You can see right there, the big nest survives one laser cannon shot, so you need two.
Human. Friend. Listening.
And yeah, that's all the nests in that direction. So I send my squad
We're under
back
attack.
to
Listening.
base because they're done, literally in that spot. And that's when I was like, all right, let's expand. Yeah, and like again, like I just do it. I like this direction, this southwest. I usually just don't push out.
As you wish.
Maybe I should, honestly. Like there are some nests nearby. Like not pushing out in that direction is just something
Friend.
I
Yes.
decided to do before I came up with the strategy, so it's probably worth trying. I'm one or short of building the relay. Honestly, once the relay is built, I can probably just fast forward through through the rest of this video. It's basically like that. Like I said earlier, like I can't lose from this position. Like the hordes are barely hordes at this point, and the relay is just the nail in the coffin.
Listening.
We're under attack.
I. Listening. Okay.
We're under attack.
Let's look at that terrible flat cannon DPS on that Thrasher. And the Thrasher has less health because of the alien commander, so normally it's even worse.
Friend.
Yeah, because there's like 4 guys just there, so I'm like, hold on a second, I want those data centers. I've never built that in that direction before. Yeah, normally, I guess right now, I normally like go in this, expand in that direction first, for 2 reasons. One, because there's a bunch of crystal there. Although this time I forgot to build drill mines on it. There's only 1 drill mine, they could fit 3.
We're under attack.
And the other reason is because like once the peninsula is clear, like that area is pretty safe. Like I'm only just now expanding, like pushing out spreaders in this direction, and normally it's like I would have done this like right after the first horde.
We're under attack.
Okay.
But I was like busy microing this army to get rid of those nests in the northeast. And I was kind of expanding in the direction too. But now it's time to expand in this direction.
Human. I have ruled. I.
And this is when I was like, oh yeah, these guys can't shoot up. Let's build some heavy support androids. So I get the research rolling.
Human.
So the relay finishes. I don't need it right yet because I already have vision of two buildings.
We're under attack.
But you'll see just how useful the relay is real soon. So the relay takes up 250 energy to use, so it's not free by any means. You do need like pretty good reactors or pretty good power generation on your ship. Which again isn't the hardest to achieve because like I'm not building that big of an army, so my crystal and ore are basically funneled almost entirely to the ship. But like 2 laser cannon shots is 300 energy, and the relay is 250, so that's like all my energy bank right now. So yeah, so there's the relay use. Unfortunately, it was a whiff. Like you can see the goo building on the minimap is in the middle, and it's just not on in that circle. It's kind of annoying. Not the end of the world, but it's weird how that works. Yeah, I do wonder what's up with that. Here you can see me doing more base management, placing my reactors for.
I am ready.
We're under attack.
Human.
Oh yeah, and there I was like, I thought I destroyed the nest there.
Human.
But on the minimap there is another one there. I definitely destroyed 2 there. I do, yeah. There's definitely not 6 or 60 goo buildings on the minimap.
Yes.
So like, you do need to pay attention to that. So here's the second scan. Don't have enough energy. I'm like, I can fix that, and I upgrade my reactor or something. Oh, I can't. I'm too poor. Yeah, now I finally build these drill mines. This run is 24 minutes. There's 24 minutes left in this
We're
run.
under attack.
30 more cycles, but once the relay is up, I have the energy for it. It's over. I think I build a second laser cannon pretty soon too.
In progress. Hello. Yes.
Like you also like don't need the laser cannon, like a second laser cannon for a while, because again you have like, I don't know if the ship cannon or the ship cannon reload bonus is additive or multiplicative, but like you can see like just how fast the laser cannon is being reloaded. It's like
Human.
maybe 10 seconds between shots.
Defend. Friend. Human. Friend. Defend.
I will say that once you do have the relay up, you are going to want a second laser cannon, just because,
Defend.
well, I don't know if that's actually true. Guess we'll see.
Yes.
But yeah, right now I'm focused on getting energy on my ship, getting these reactors up.
I am
We're under attack.
Yeah, I should have done a better job of defending this part of the map, because it was really annoying having to micro units and my laser cannons. I should have just like put like 2 turrets there and called it a day.
listening. In progress. Hello. Yes.
We're under attack.
There are no nests in this direction, but like I am expanding in this direction, so I'm just clearing out some of the goo,
Listening.
so I don't have to worry about them later. We have another horde coming. I wonder what the like schedule for the horde is. Is it fixed? I'm not actually sure. Either way, it's not gonna matter.
In progress.
Because again, like there's just not that much goo gonna be spawned now. It's basically gonna come up from here. Yeah, I'm gonna scan it. Nope, I'm looking for this goo. I'm pissed. I want to find it. Yep, so there it is. I snipe it. You can see it vanish from the minimap. And you can see it if you look at the minimap, like just how, like half the map is free of goo buildings, which means only half of the map will be spawning goo for the dust storm hordes now. And that's big. Like it makes defense super easy. Like I think at this point, do I have flame turret research? I'm pretty sure I do. Like I love the flame turret. And the flame turret is just so good for defense.
Listening. Okay. In progress. Friend. I am you. Yes. Affirmative. Defend.
You can see I'm not using the relay a whole lot right now. That's because I still have a decent amount of vision on these nests. And again, I also have energy problems.
We're under attack.
But yeah. Okay. You can still actually see the yellow tags through the fog of war. So you can just like relay a spot and not even need to laser cannon it right away. and like that just like totally simplifies the rest of the map once you have the relay up. Because you just literally just relay laser cannon for the rest of the game. And at this point, like, you've destroyed so many nests, like, nothing can really threaten you anymore anyway. So it's just kind of like waiting for your laser cannons and relays to recharge. Like, I think I only see, like, I think there's like one more horde after, like, in this run. And it's just like, they barely scratch my base. I think they get rid of one spreader and one reactor.
Commencing. Blaster will engage. Commencing.
Yeah, like I don't need any turrets, anybody in the southwest part of my base, because there just isn't any goo going to be coming from that direction. The north is going to have some goo. I probably should have scanned there first, honestly, but you know, whatever.
We're under attack.
They get that spreader, but it doesn't matter because the horde was going to kill it anyway.
Affirmative.
I think it's at this point where I'm like, okay, I have enough resources, I can just put flat cannons everywhere so we don't need to worry about killing stray goo manually. Just have my flat cannons take care of it. Normally, I'd do this as humans with laser turrets. And in this situation, there isn't that much difference. It's just that the flat cannons take up blobs, which is a little annoying. So maybe I should be doing that with like androids. That's probably better. That's probably better, honestly. I could just use androids instead of black cannons. Yeah, the sword got here a little bit faster than I thought, but once the flame turret is up, there's just nothing to worry about. Like I don't think I actually lose anything here. Yeah, look at that. Okay, I guess we can't lose there too, but I think even the other captain that was gonna be totally fine. Yeah, and that the horde med direction is clear, so I just need to worry about this part of the map, and it's easy. Got my relay, get some vision. Right here I'm deciding whether I even need to waste a relay charge on the horde, but I figure why not. And I can just claim some of these red nests. Man, I forgot what they're called. Popper nests. That's what they're called. Yeah, those popper nests can be a little annoying because they're usually out of range of your units and turrets. But yeah, it's like, you know, once this horde's over, I just spend the rest of the run basically just scanning and laser cannoning. So earlier at the start of the run, I said you don't need a big wall because, like, you know, the goo are going to crash against it, and that is true. Like you can see that here, but you do eventually want to expand it to get full coverage because, like, the goo do sometimes come from different directions, like we just did there. Luckily, they didn't split up too much, so all they got was one reactor. But again, especially as humans, like it can be disastrous if like one or two goo sneak in and get on top of your habs. If I recall, there's like 4 or 5 goo buildings up here, and there's only 2 nests on the map. It's kind of crazy. I did get a scan off. It turns out. I actually don't think I realized I got that scan off. I remember like later on, I was like, when did I scan this? Apparently it was right now. In the north, you can see the minimap kind of revealed. Like I don't even look there again, even though I technically can laser cannon some of the. Actually, if I recall, I don't think any of the nests were in that scan anyway, so it didn't matter. I mean, I guess there's only 15 minutes left in this run. I guess I'll comment it. Oh no, I guess I did know I scanned that, or at least there were nests in the scan radius. I think at this point I realize I might as well get the second laser cannon up. There's just nothing much left to do in this run. I play it out. Like there's more after this. Like I keep expanding, but there's like no reason to. You know, I am probably gonna skip ahead because there's just yeah, like I'm like oh no, my ever production, but like again, like this run's over. I feel like I do this a lot, and I don't need to expend the effort or energy taking the rest of this run seriously. But hey, it's fun, I guess. Yeah, there's the cannon. Yeah, like I actually expanded the peninsula. There's just not really any reason to do so. Hopefully you can't hear that Blizzard.net voice. I got Game Pass recently, so it like needs BattleNet or something. So I actually have Discord muted normally because I usually find the notification noise annoying. I need to disable the Battle.net noise too because it is annoying. And like I don't even really use it, so. Yep, and here it goes, sniping more nests. Speaking of Game Pass, has anyone here played Blueprints? That's what I've been playing on Game Pass. Took a little bit of a break from Elysium Mons, and it's so good. It's Game of the Year material. I think it's incredible. I didn't like fully beat it, but I did get to see the credits roll, and I think that was enough for me for now. It took me like 20 hours to get there. 20 hours? Yep, 20.3 hours. So yeah, about 20 hours. I did play one more run after that. I'll probably go back to that game at some point. I do want to see the rest of it, but it's just like I love roguelikes, and Blueprints just felt like it did something so unique with the genre. And how unique is this game? Honestly, I know there are like other games like it, like they are billions. I remember when that game came out, people were very fond of it. So I'm sure like this isn't the first clone of that game. I just happen to personally really like sci-fi, which is why this game kind of appealed to me over There Are Billions. Although I guess technically There Are Billions is also sci-fi. It's like zombies, right? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I picked up this game and not There Are Billions. Oh, here you can see what I was talking about. Like when you turn off your turrets, like these flowers can get on top of your buildings. And like I have enough flops and energy. There's just no reason to keep them off at this point.
We're under attack.
And here I am expanding into the peninsula. I guess you get to see the shape of the peninsula. Like I say, like there were only those two goo nests, and there's nothing else here. So once you kill the goo nests, the peninsula is completely safe. It's so satisfying sniping these goo nests in the fog of war. Look at those little golden tags vanish. They don't even know what hit them. Yeah, like again, like this is just like completely over.
Human.
Yeah, why am I building these walls? I don't even need to be pausing anymore. Like this is over. Still 20 nests, which is a lot. Oh, I think a burrower just killed with my AI drone.
Yeah.
Yep, it sure did. Those burrowers are super annoying. I think it was during this run when I realized that your units don't automatically target the burrowers, which explains why they're usually so lethal.
We're under
They
attack.
do a ton of damage, and they're not that tanky. But again, I guess if you're not microing your units, just ignore them, which I guess makes sense because they're underground. My spreader.
As you wish. All right.
We're under attack.
Look at that. 4 shots, 3 buildings down. It's just so satisfying.
Okay.
Especially given how much grief this map has given me in the
Yeah.
past.
Friend.
We're under attack.
Yeah, there I am putting up black cannons. Again, I normally don't have a problem putting up turrets like this as humans, but it costs flops for the robots. I gotta build the second relay. I'm pretty sure I don't get any use out of a second relay.
Alone.
In fact, it looks like I didn't even build it. I'm still floating 30 crystals. Would the second relay have made this faster? I don't think so. Like it's not like I am not even using the relay I have right now. I have the charge. I'm expanding for some reason.
Engage.
Okay,
Engage.
now I'm gonna scan.
Engage.
Oh, look at that. Target-rich environment. I think that's what they call that. 4 shots, 3 kills. Oh, looks like that I missed the watcher, so it was 4 shots, 2 kills.
We're under attack.
Yeah, I need those reactors up for more energy. Research tier unlocked. I'm pretty sure I don't even open up the research panel for the rest of this run. That Stinger sniped my
We're
data
under
center.
attack.
Yeah, you can see the flat cannons have like so much range. They'll sometimes like pick fights that they can't win like that. It's kind of annoying. Like those thrashers will absolutely destroy that wall and that data center. Luckily,
We're under attack.
apparently I was like, I knew that it was gonna happen too. I should have let those guys up with the laser cannon before they got that close. But again, it doesn't even matter. That little flower on that grass fooled me into thinking it was a goo nest like 3 times, I think. That's probably not the last time you're gonna see me hover over it with a laser
We're
cannon
under attack.
in these last 5 minutes of this run.
Commencing. Affirmative.
But yeah, I think like 3 minutes ago it was at 20 nests, now there's 9 left. I keep calling them nests, I don't think they're all nests. I'm pretty sure that the regular buildings don't spawn goo. Yeah, look at the skin. There wasn't even a goo nest or goo building here. I think that was a goo building, actually. Nope, it wasn't. Nope, it was. It was. Okay. Yeah. So those red things aren't marked as buildings. They don't have the yellow tag. I've noticed. Interesting. Either way, they're still pretty. Like they have a pretty distinct silhouette, so it's not like they're hard to miss. But that is a little weird.
We're under attack.
Like locked in. I'm still playing like I as though there's a chance I could lose this. I'm still pausing. I'm still expanding. Still making sure my resources aren't capped. I don't know why. Maybe that's just kind of the person I am. Maybe that's just the kind of person I am. Now that I think about it, I don't even remember where I heard about this game. I think it might have been on Reddit. It might have been one of the like Sunday. Like I know the r/games. Like every Sunday they have like they let like indie devs post their games. I think that might have been where I saw this game. I was like, hey, it looks sick.
We're under attack.
Or maybe I was just looking for RTSs. So I've played a little bit of StarCraft 2 recently. Oh. Recently, at the time that I picked the game up, it's been a while since I played StarCraft 2. Like a month or two at this point. Yeah, I'm like looking at my data centers to upgrade them as though I'm gonna need the flops. I'm looking at research. I guess I do open the research panel one last time. I'm gonna need those water modules for these last 4 goo nests. Like I don't think I build a water module. Yeah, I'm building a spreader. What I should be doing is scanning with the relay that is currently charged right now and has been for the past 15 seconds. I'm building walls to protect that new advanced data center and to soak heat. Why am I like this? This is kind of surreal to watch, honestly. Dude, what am I doing? It's like I think I can't win this map unless all my buildings are not overheated. Yeah, there's 2 more nests left. There's a horde coming up, but I'm pretty sure I win. Cause I think I win this in cycle 96 or 97, so that's like either the cycle before or the cycle that the dust storm starts. I'm like, the relay is charged now. I can end this right now. If you're wondering, the original strategy that I developed was to use flying units and not a relay for this. But
We're under attack.
yeah, I realized that the relay is easier. It turns out a lot of goo can still shoot up. And the robots, detonation drones, the ones that I showed at the beginning of this run in the lab, are pretty squishy and they have really terrible vision. Which I guess is part of the balance. That's like the Scourge in Brood War. They have like terrible vision. Because if they had good vision, they'd be like the best scouts in the game. Although that aside, the death drones are actually pretty decent units for defending, so... Yeah, why am I walling this off? I need to wait like 3 seconds and then the run is over. Why did it, like, there's no reason to be paused here. What's going through my head right now? I have no idea. I'm like, I need more energy. Guess I do have an energy deficit, but Yeah, look, the laser cannons are ready. They really would have been charged like 10 seconds ago if I hadn't paused.
Defense.
Okay, there we go. Yep, there's the Watcher. That's the end of the map. And that's how I've beaten Elysium Mons and Survivor difficulty within 100 cycles. Well, hope that commentary was interesting or enjoyable. Ideally both, and or informative, because that was a lot of talking. My throat actually kind of hurts. I don't usually talk that much, but it was fun to play. It was fun to record. It was fun to do that, do all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.